Hey guys, what's up? Just wanted to make this quick video. I've been asked that question a lot. What do I eat when I'm cutting or bulking? It doesn't really matter. What are my macronutrients and things like that? I don't really. Pretty much, I pick one day where I sit down and record my weight, my height, everything like that. And I go on those websites and I come up with my basic metabolic rate. And based on if I'm trying to gain weight, I just look at how many calories my body consumes on a daily basis. And I add if I want to add 500 calories to that. So I just add 500 calories to that number, and I divide it by 6, right? Now you gotta do all this on paper. So for example, say your body needs 2,000 calories a day. I'm just throwing a number out there. 2,000 calories. You want to have an extra 500 every day to gain weight. To gain about a pound a week, for example. So you add 500 calories to that. So that's 2,500. Now you're gonna eat 6 meals during the day. Basic numbers. Some eat 7, some 6, whatever. So you're gonna divide 2,500 by 6. That gives you an idea of how many calories you should have in each meal. It's basic. It's common sense. Now, as far as protein, carbs, fat, well, you're not gonna eat the same amount of proteins and carbs you're gonna eat in the morning and at night. It just doesn't add up. In the morning, that's when you want to eat. Watch some other videos about that. In the morning, that's when you want to eat most of your carbs. Around nighttime, that's when you want to decrease your carbs and increase your protein intake. And on your workout days, you actually want to, add even more calories to that meal. So if you're eating 2,500, with a 500 surplus on your workout days, you might want to add a little bit more than that, in terms of, and most of those calories should come from complex carbohydrates that are going to digest slowly and release into your bloodstream slowly. And you also want to eat a lot of protein on your workout days because, in case you didn't know, your body burns protein before it burns anything else. Before carbohydrates, before fat, your body burns the protein that's within your blood, not your muscles yet. That's when you get catabolic and shit. But to start off with, your body burns the protein that's in your blood because your body doesn't store protein. So it starts looking for things that it's not gonna store, like protein and alcohol and things like that. So you gotta understand the cue, the cue of how your body burns, your macronutrients for energy. So if I'm eating 2,500 calories a day, for example, on a normal day, I'll divide that by 6. That gives you a number. I don't know off the top of my head. So that, that's about, let's say, I don't know, what's 25 divided by 6? 6 times 4 is, 6 times 5 is 30, so 6 times 4 is 24. So let's say 450 calories, right? Say that's 450 calories a meal. Now, your first meal, like I said, you want to eat 450 calories a meal, right? If your number is 2,500, but your first meal of the day should have most of your carbs, the bulk of your carbs. So most of those calories, about 80% of those calories should come from, carbohydrates. Second meal, pre-workout, you also want to, have a moderate amount of carbs for your pre-workout. That's when you could throw in some fast digesting carbs if if you're not an endomorph, and you don't have the midsection issue. And after your workout, you want to get your last dose, that insulin spike, that workout daily insulin spike is after your workout. That's when you want to spike up spike up your insulin. You want to replenish those glycogen stores really quickly, and be on track for the night, because as you approach nighttime, you have to cut off all your carbs. It comes to grains and rice and things like that. You don't want any of that before you go to bed. You want to start eating a lot more vegetables. So just try to figure out how many calories you need a day. Divide that by 6. That gives you an idea of how many calories you should have per meal. Right, so break it down into small parts. Once you know how many calories you need per meal, that gives you an idea. Okay, how many carbs should I throw in? How much fat should I throw in? Around nighttime, cut your carbs. If you want to eat some fats around nighttime, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with eating fat. Don't listen to people. There's nothing wrong with eating fats around nighttime, as long as it's healthy fats, like peanuts, almonds, cashews, all those things. Teaspoon of olive oil here and then. There's nothing wrong with that. But you want to cut off your carbs because eating fat will not increase your blood, your insulin, levels, which is good because at nighttime your body releases growth hormone, to try to repair your muscles and promote growth. And if there's insulin in your blood, your growth hormone production is going to be hindered. So around nighttime, if you want to, you can eat your, healthy fats, but don't eat that. Don't eat any carbs. Fats will not increase will not spike your insulin, so that's fine. Growth hormone will have time to do its job, and your body needs fats to produce testosterone. So the best time to eat your fats is at night. Your healthy fats is at night. Carbs, the bulk of your carbs should be pushed up towards breakfast, second breakfast, pre-workout, post-workout, things like that. Around nighttime, cut your carbs. You still want your calories, but not in terms of carbs. In terms of fat, proteins daily. You need your proteins, all day round. The only time I would suggest taking it easy on your protein is right before workout, because it takes a long time to digest protein, and like I said, it gets, if it's in your bloodstream, it's gonna get burnt for energy anyway. So, oh, I have something on the stove. Yeah, so keep that in mind. I'm eating my second meal of the day. I'm late. I had to come back from class and things like that, so I ate breakfast and I'm eating my second meal. Yeah, that's how I break up my meals. I'm gonna make a second video to let you know the proportion of things.